Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I have been practicing Bansuri for almost 5 to 6 weeks now, and I was working on long notes, and I found a list of alankars that I can practice online. So I started doing them, spending around like an hour a day. But recently, when I spoke to a teacher, I have realized that practicing long notes is very crucial. So, my daily practice session lasted somewhere between 60 minutes to 90 minutes, but I was only spending 5 to 10 minutes on practicing long notes because after a few rounds of practice, it kind of feels boring. I wanted to go ahead and play alankars because they're just fun to play. But I've realized that it's important to have a better foundation. And after talking to the teacher, I have realized that long notes play a major role in giving a stronger foundation for any beginner Bansuri player. So, what's the point of long notes? It actually teaches us four important things. At least this is what I have learned. First one is to register sound. When we are practicing long notes, we are repeating the sargam in our mind. Let's say you're playing pa. You're saying pa in your head so that the sound is registered in our mind. For example, so while playing it in my mind, I'm saying pa, the. So with the repetition, my mind is capable of registering the sound, and that's very important because in future when I want to recognize songs, to be able to identify a song and start playing after listening to it, this is very important because now I know how every note sounds like. So when I hear a song in future, I will be able to identify what note it is and then play. So the first thing the long notes will teach you is to able to register the sound in your mind. Second one is breath control. So currently with my practice session, I'm able to play every note for somewhere between 9 to 11 seconds. And I have seen a lot of teachers online who are able to do it for almost like 25 seconds and 30 seconds. I feel like that would take months or years of practice, but my goal is to at least get to 15 seconds or 20 seconds of time, maybe in the next few months of practice. The advantage of this breath control is in future when we are trying to play a song or a tune, you don't need to stop often to take your breath. Your tune will be continuous without any breaks. That is the second advantage. And the third thing we learn from practicing long notes is to produce clean sound. So during this practice, let's say as a beginner, we start with hearing hissing sound a lot, and it requires a lot of practice to be able to produce clean sound. Because while practicing long notes, at least I have started observing how I'm positioning the flute, my lip position, and the breath and everything, and I'm consciously paying attention to the sound. Is there hissing sound? So on a couple of notes, I still feel that I can improve, but few of the notes are much cleaner than they were like 2 weeks ago. So definitely my daily practice is helping, and this cleaner sound is very important when you get to a stage where you're playing songs. So while practicing, I'm trying to move the flute a little bit forward and backward to see if the sound gets cleaner and how my lip position is. For example, on the, I hope you were able to hear the difference in the sound when I'm moving the flute and also changing my chin position and the lip position where I'm placing the flute. And that has been playing a major role in getting cleaner sound. So over time, by practicing these long notes, you don't need to voluntarily think, oh, I'm doing it right. Oh, should I move it? No, it'll just become second nature. You will just directly place, you will be able to directly place the flute and start playing it and get cleaner sound, like without conscious effort. So that's the third advantage in practicing long notes. And the fourth one is to be able to produce consistent sound. And I feel like this has been a challenge for me. So when I say consistent sound, I mean when you're playing a note, you shouldn't hear like vibrations. It shouldn't go up and down. So in the initial days of practice, when we are trying to gain the breath control, it's hard to keep it steady. So let's say I'm playing sa. You must be able to hear that there are like movement. If you imagine this in a wave form, there is a movement up and down. It's not clean and consistent. Though the sound may not have hissing voice, like hissing sound, it is still not like perfect tune. So for example, I'm actually using the iPhone voice memos to understand how clean this is. Let me show you this. So you can see in the waveform that it's not perfectly even. And that perfect evenness seems to come only with lots and lots of long notes practice. So the teacher that I was talking to was suggesting practicing long notes at least 100 times in every session. And this has to be done for weeks or months. Now I totally get it. I see that how important these long notes are. And with 1 week of practice, I see good amount of difference, whether it is being able to control my breath or to produce cleaner sound. Once I'm able to produce cleaner sound, I'll focus more and more on producing that consistent sound. But as a beginner, we want to quickly learn all the fundamentals and start being able to play songs. But it became evident to me that fundamentals are far more important than being able to play a song. Because once I have a stronger foundation, I will be able to play any song. So from now, I'm going to just focus on having a stronger foundation. I hope that the information that I have shared in this video will help another beginner out there. All the best. See you in the next video.